So I want to give a huge shout out right away to the Madden mod community for actually posting this mod. But this is the college football mod from the Madden mod community. And today what I wanted to do is take a look at the Madden mod community's version of the Alabama Stadium from Madden 24 and compare it to how it looks in college football 25. If you guys want me to do this with other stadiums in college football, tell me down below and we will go ahead and do that said thing. Now keep in mind there are some limitations when it comes to Madden 24. First off, you cannot change the stadium that houses the team. Sadly, because of that, it is somewhat limited to only the field, the sidelines, the bleachers, the stands, and of course, either end zone. Now, of course, with that being said, also, there is more limitations when it comes to outside the stadium. You can't really change much at all. So we're only going to be focusing on inside the stadium. And again, give the proper credit here that they can't do everything, okay? EA only lets us do so much. So first off, we have the end zone that says Crimson Tide. We also have the Alabama Crimson Tide at midfield and the SEC logo on either side. We have the other side that does say Alabama, and if we go ahead and zoom out, we zoom in actually, we can see that the bleachers do go ahead and have, actually the bleachers are gray, I believe, but the sides, of course, does say Alabama. It says Alabama Crimson Tide on the monitor, and I think this is the Chicago Bears Stadium, I believe. Now there isn't any sponsorships on the side of the walls, so it won't, again, for what real life is, probably would have sponsorships or commercials or something like that. But the sidelines are white, as you can see on both sides. This side does say Alabama Crimson Tide. And of course, the other sideline does say nothing, which is the visitor sideline. There's a white patch right here. And then on the other side, there is also a white patch right there for, again, photographers, stuff like that. Both tunnels are going to be red on top on either side, as you can see. And I believe for this stadium, there is 4 tunnels. We're going to see what the stadium looks like in college football 25 to see an exact replica. But again, I got to give huge shout out to the Madden mod community because I know how difficult this is. So that's time consuming this is to go ahead and create these stadiums. So shout out to them for creating them. I can't, again, say that enough. But we do actually have some advertisements like Capital One, Goodyear, and is that Potential? Gatorade, Adidas, is that, oh, I forget what, that's not Under Armour, right? Forget what that one is. Chick-fil-A, Allstate, Red Bull, and so on and so on. So this is the... Now skipping over to college football 25, we can see right away there's definitely, I feel like, a little bit drop in graphics when it comes to college football 25 versus Madden 24. Madden 24, while college football 25 does look good, Madden 24, I feel like, looks a tad bit more detailed. But nonetheless, we do have the SEC logo on either side. Now, on college football 24, there is actually no white on either sideline, it looks like. So that's a little bit different to what real life is. Now, again, I'm not sure if you can change the sideline like that in Madden. I think you have to have some color in the sideline. So again, that's just a limitation of the sideline for Madden. But the end zone still saying Crimson Tide. Very similar on either sideline. Of course, with Alabama on one end zone and Crimson Tide on the other. They did miss the Alabama Crimson Tide on the sides. But other than that, again, the sides are kind of bare, which is correct. Now, of course, the stadium cannot be replicated, again, like I said. So they're using the Chicago Bears Stadium in Madden 24, which is the most closely representative of this stadium in college football 25, with being Alabama. But you can't have a one-for-one stadium, so that's nothing really they can do on that circumstance. Now, of course, we do have 4 different bleachers here, and there are 4 different tunnels. So just like the Chicago Bears Stadium, there are 4 tunnels in this stadium. Again, 4 different Jumbotrons. Nothing really you can do about that. You can't add a Jumbotron to Madden. So I will say overall wise, I think they did a really good job of going ahead and making a 1-for-1 ratio, 1-for-1 proportion to the actual real life stadium. Again, is it perfect? No, but you're not gonna get perfect. If we're being honest here, it's almost impossible to get perfect when it comes to the limitations of Madden 24. But again, they still did a pretty dang good job of going ahead and giving us as perfect as humanly possible. So again, this is the PC variant of Madden 24, and it looks freaking amazing. The only thing I will say is, again, the end zones, potentially saying Crimson Tide would be the only change that would make this perfect. But outside of that, it is an absolute 1-for-1 ratio, and it is so gorgeous. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and if you want to see another stadium looked at, tell me down below. See you guys in the next one.